So Latocha Scott is blasting her sister Tamika Scott, saying that she's using her for a storyline and that the whole $30,000 situation is completely untrue. And it doesn't end there for the drama happening with Xscape, because now Tamar Braxton is responding to Kandi's recent speak on it.
Well, speak on it.
And calling both her and Todd bullies. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So we have been following this entire saga that is the SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B reality show, because there's been so much that's been coming out from it and stories related to it. Let's first start with the Tamar situation. It's related because Kandi talked about this on her recent speak on it when she was recapping the show. She also felt the need to address the accusations that Tamar accused Todd of threatening her.
So I'm walking towards the side of the stage. I see homie, but the crazy thing is I've seen this dude out in Atlanta. Like I've seen him I go to this spot called Tribeca, Whiskey Mistress. So when I see him as a familiar face. I didn't know it was her dude. So I go dap him up. And then he's like, yo, I'm with Tamar now. I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, yo, she told me that something happened. I'm just trying to figure out what happened. So for me, his tone and his energy is mad calm and cool. It's on some grown up shit. We talking like two grown men. So I'm not thinking this is a big deal thing. So, because after I see all of this stuff, I threatened her, I tried to fight her. Now, homie would have been coming a little differently. If
You didn't see nothing. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying what we've seen that she's saying now.
Oh, what she's saying.
That, you know, that I tried to threaten her, I tried to fight her. Homie's energy would have been much different. So, homie wasn't coming with no type of negative energy. So, we basically gave each other the same energy. He gave me calm and cool, I gave him calm and cool. So, I explained to him what happened. You know, the same story you heard. I told my wife, yo, come on, man, let's go. You know what it is, da-da-da. Homie ain't have no problem with it.
So Kandi responded and said she completely exaggerated that story. And a lot of you said, sounds about Tamar. Honestly, I said, based off what we saw on Instagram a couple of months ago, what Tamar said versus what she said on her recent Instagram live were different. Because she basically said that Todd came up to her on her recent Instagram live and was like, you know what it is. And look, Tamar exaggerating wouldn't be a first time. And based off what everyone saw in Kandi's speak on it, they were like, well, Kandi sounds a lot more logical based on what she was saying, because Kandi owned that, yeah, the conversation did get heated and people were trying to move this conversation into a private room instead of the hallway where 30 different people were walking past and seeing it get elevated. But she says her issue wasn't with Tamar talking about this on Dish Nation where media is asking you a question. Her issue was Tamar going on social media and saying that
Carlos King ain't got to steal nobody's nothing.
And even when I reported on the stars, was like, Tamar, why are you involving yourself? Why are you involving yourself? Especially if you were trying to be in a better place with Kandi. And it's say, okay, you're friends with Carlos and you're friends with Kandi and you don't want to get involved. You know how you don't get involved? You don't go on Instagram when you have millions of followers and says,
Carlos ain't got to steal nobody's nothing.
But he tried and he's yet to address it. Allegedly, I'll say. According to Kandi. Here y'all go. You're so biased. This is a commentary channel.
Shut up.
I kid. No, but shut up.
Hell no.
So, of course, after a lot of people watched and reacted to Kandi speak on it from Sunday night, Tamar had a few words for Kandi on her social media, which I'm blocked. But you know, just because you block me, celebrities, Portia just blocked me too. Just because you block me doesn't mean I'm not going to see the information. The only way I'm going to know is if I go to your page. There could be people that have blocked me that I have no idea about. But understand, I have been blocked by greater people. Shout out to Anita. So Tamar says this on her Twitter. At some point, you need to get help for the lies you tell. It really makes no sense at this point. Just own it, apologize, and move on. Y'all sat there and made a whole skit up. It happened. You can't change it. Y'all are bullies, and you just tried to bulky someone that don't care. What does that mean? Okay. So that is what Tamar has to say on it. She's saying that she's moved on. She's focusing on how well her show, The Queen's Court, is doing. Girl, it's one season. Hopefully your relationship works out and you don't have to go back on it. All right, girl. But I enjoyed it. We recapped and talked about it on Tuesday Takeover. I didn't really enjoy Tamar towards the end of it, though. So let's talk about some more Xscape related news. As you know, we've been covering and just dumbfounded by what's been coming out when it comes to Xscape and their personal business and their personal drama. But the biggest surprise from this new reality show was Tamika accusing her sister Latocha Scott and her husband, who's her manager, Rocky Bivens, of stealing from their sister-in-law, Tamika Scott. So now, of course, you know, Latocha is promoting her new gospel album, and a lot of you were like, she better be careful. Just saying. Not you promoting a gospel album, and you have all these accusations. Look, this reality show, I know she's really trying to garner attention for this music off of the back of this reality show, but it's kind of counterproductive because the reality show is not helping her. But she's on the promo trail. She's interviewing with everyone, and she was on Cocktails with Queens and basically said that her sister, Tamika, is using her for a storyline.
Yeah, I've been quiet for a long time, and I think the misconception for me is that I'm a mean girl or that I'm a thief. You know, even with this $30,000 allegation from my sister, of which I've always wanted clarity since day one. I've called, I've reached out, I've sent voice messages, like to try to get clarity, because you're talking about something that happened 10 years ago that I know nothing of. And I'm finding out and seeing. So my thing is was this for a storyline or is this real life? Because in real life, me and my sister, we talk. And you're talking about 10 years ago, and I'm calling you. And if somebody accuses you of something, they should be able to talk to you about it. It's not even about the $30,000. It's about having my sister back. Like, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, you need to talk to me. I don't want to hear from somebody. You're talking to everybody else outside of me. Talk to me. Word. I'm your sister.
And let me tell you something. You keep saying that. You keep reaching for her, because I had something like that happen too. And I had people around me that said, you know what? If you getting up with her on your heart and her on your mind, you get up and you call her. So it don't matter who's the biggest sister, the older sister, or what. That's your sister. That's your family. That's your blood. Get it together. Get it together.
She's saying that normally if they have issues, she'll pick up the phone and call me. But here's the problem, Latocha. You changed your number, and the only person that had your number at the time was Tiny. So she's saying that this whole situation was created for television and that this happened 10 years ago. Why are you bringing it up now? Well, Tamika says, because for the last 10 years, I've been riding with you no matter what, so I could get the affection of my mother.
I am the fifth member. How about that?
So no matter how many times Latocha tries to spin the situation, I think a lot of the audience, yes, there will be one or two people, well, more than one or two people, that will believe Latocha. And look, we don't know. We haven't seen the receipts. Tamika has not released the receipts. Recently, Rocky Bivens did an interview with Tasha K and said, oh, it was a mix-up. The story keeps changing or evolving. I'm not going to say it keeps changing. The story keeps evolving. Rocky is now saying, well, Tamika received Latocha's checks.
Shut up. That is so stupid.
And then we had a lot of you were pointing out they should be concerned if this is true that Latocha and Rocky received or cashed this money. Because we recently talked about how Tamika says that she had to pay taxes on that money that she never received. But your taxes and how much you pay in taxes is based off your income. Latocha and Rocky's income is not the same as Tamika's income with her husband, who apparently didn't even know about the stolen money either. So this is affecting Tamika's family extensively. And this is, although 10 years ago, she's been holding on to this. So they might be a little concerned with the IRS. But according to Rocky Bivens in his conversation with Tasha K, he says that there was a mix-up at Sound Exchange and they sent the wrong checks to Tamika. So are you accusing Tamika of cashing your checks? And how did that happen exactly? Tamika, I definitely see at some point releasing the receipts if necessary, because they're trying to come after her. At one point during Latocha's promo trail, she was making it seem like her sister had mental issues. Now she's saying, accusing her sister of using this whole situation for a storyline. But why would she do that? And I'm not saying it's impossible. But why would she do that? And Latocha would probably respond to me, I don't know. Normally we speak about these things and we resolve them. But I don't think anyone believes Latocha or Rocky Bivens. One of the things that happens at the end of this conversation with Cocktails with Queens, because DeBrat and Lisa Ray had their issues recently over the years, and that has played out in the public arena. And she gives advice to Latocha, like, keep having the conversation, and look, at the end of the day, we can all have our commentary and our opinions on this family relationship and stolen money and things like that. Is it impossible to heal from this and move on from this? No, it's not impossible. And maybe they can get to a better place. But here's the thing, Latocha, you're going to have to understand that Tamika, the little sister that you knew and loved before, is not that woman anymore. She has opinions. She has thoughts. She is in a new chapter of her life. And if you're not ready to see and make whole for her what you guys did to her allegedly 10 years ago, then the relationship doesn't have any hope. Because Tamika clearly is not the person that she used to be back in the day. She has awoken. She has woke up. She's woke. Guys, I want to know your reaction to this new interview that Latocha did. I feel like Latocha is continuously digging deeper and deeper. And sidebar, I did see the video that someone did on TikTok where Latocha's singing, and then they're singing along with her song and say, "Give your sister back her money expeditiously." I mean, I'm paraphrasing. You can go Google schmoogle that video. It's everywhere. Guys, let's continue this conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow my lead.